The Bible says our hearts are treasury of evil. Mark 7, Jesus said, "For within, out of the heart, proceed evil thoughts." Evil thoughts come from the heart. Adulteries. You might commit adultery with your body, but it starts in the heart and in the mind. And fornications, and murders, and thefts, and covetousness, and wickedness, and deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these things, Jesus said, come from the heart. So the most important thing in the world for you tonight is to be sure that your heart is right with God and that you have been forgiven of all those things. The Bible says, flee fornication. That's premarital sex. Flee. Get away from the temptation. He that committeth fornication or premarital sex sinneth against not only God but your own body. The Bible warns, don't do it. Abstain. You say, well, how can you abstain in our culture? Well, I want to tell you, you can't. There are not very many people that have the willpower to say no. But if you have Christ in your heart, you'll have the power to say no. God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted above that which you're able, but will with the temptation make a way to escape. There's always a way to escape. God provides it every time to the believer. So there's no excuse for any believer committing that sin. The Bible says that our hearts are idolatrous. We think of other things more than we think of God, and anything that you think more of than you do of God becomes idolatry. It may be that box in the corner in your room that we call television. And you spend more time in television than you do in the Bible. And sometimes I have to get down on my knees and confess that I've done the same thing. And I say, oh God, cleanse me and forgive me. I've spent too much time in front of that screen tonight. I should have been reading and soaking up your word and spending time in prayer for people in Africa and people in other parts of the world where there's so much hunger and so much homelessness and so much suffering. The real temple of God is your body. God doesn't live in a church building. God lives in you. And yet you harm your body by the way you treat it. We defile ourselves by overeating, over-drinking alcohol, drug taking, too much television. Paul said, make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof. Peter said, for the time past we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Do you live a disciplined life? Do you live an organized life? Have you got your life organized and disciplined to the point that you can say no to those things that you know that are hurting your body?